Hi, Dr. Karen Can here. Welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. And I got lots of exciting things to share with you today, and we're going to get right to it. The first thing is, how are you grounding? So this is an age-old thing we talk about in spirituality, how well you're grounded, and that means many different things to many different people. However, almost everybody will agree being grounded, well, almost everybody will agree that being grounded really helps you feel better because your spirit fully is in your physical body. And when that happens, that means there's more of you here. When there's more of you here, that means there's more of you that can manifest. Because if you're not really here, it's actually hard to manifest into your three-dimensional world. So having your spirit located and physically in your physical body is very important during the day when you're out and about. Now, some people will argue that you should be grounded all times, even when you're sleeping. Well, yes and no. So, I believe, and again, people might have different beliefs, but I believe that when we sleep at night, we go into our astral bodies, and our spirit is not in our physical body necessarily. There's just enough, obviously, to keep things running, but a lot of times, those of us that are on assignment during the sleep time, we're traveling off to other areas in our astral body. Our spirit is not grounded in our physical body. So if you find that you're not grounded in your physical body in the morning, you could be on assignment, or you're not finished, or you didn't have enough sleep, or something like that for your body to come back in. Now, using Ascension 1s and 2s on a regular basis, we have energy infusions in there to help you stay grounded. But not just spirit in the body while you are awake. There are other ways. So some of you are going to be 100% earthlings, and it would be highly beneficial for you to be grounded to Mother Earth as well, grounded to her. So you can check, how grounded am I to Mother Earth, and whether that is for your highest and greatest good. We've met hybrids, for example, that are part extraterrestrial DNA, part human DNA. Once they're integrated, which I help them with in private sessions, if that's for the highest and greatest good, of course, then oftentimes, because their assignment is here on Earth, they are supposed to ground to Mother Earth here, so then we go ahead and help them do that. Me, on the other hand, am a starseed, and I don't need to ground to Mother Earth. Not that it's detrimental in any way, but it just doesn't, do anything spectacular for me. The other way you want to ground is to what I call your crystalline body matrix. And this is a matrix or blueprint that expands and evolves with you. It includes other different kinds of matrices or blueprints within it, but it's like a bigger container, so to speak. So it evolves with you as you evolve. And if we can get that 100% restored to light, which again is in the Ascension 1s and 2s, already programmed in there to get these cleaned, all the soul cords connecting all your lives, be 100% clean, then you can safely ground to your crystalline body matrix. So almost everybody using Ascension 1 and 2 for quite a while now are 100% grounded to their crystalline body matrix. Awesome. Now, the other way, I could not figure out what it was. So I asked Source months ago, and I just couldn't figure it out. So I kind of left it and forgot all about it. So then my good friend Jenny who you probably already know, and her wonderful, she just launched her love and relationships package with From Heartache to Joy, so check that out. The replay is on this week. You'll also see it on the weekend. So if you are not part of Series 14, you definitely want to register, and we'll put the link down below the video for you to register, so check out a replay if you did not already hear it. So I'm saying, Jenny's like, well, maybe, to be very, very, accurate in the muscle testing, even more, maybe, we need to be even more grounded. Maybe you can, figure that out for yourself, or let the God team do it, kind of thing. And of course, I always like to figure things out. So that's just my personality. So I was like, okay. So I'm like, okay. So is Jenny right? There's something else I need to ground to. And I get a yes. And I'm like, really? I've been working on grounding this whole time, and there's something else I'm missing. And then I remembered months ago I asked Source question, and there was like this one other thing that we're supposed to be grounded to, and I couldn't figure it out. So thanks to Jenny, it prompted me to ask again, what is it that we are grounding to? And I got that Jenny was 97% grounded to this thing, whatever it is. So I was like, okay, what is it? What is it? And the interesting thing was I also had the thought of, wow, I've gained 15, almost 20 pounds since last year with all these Ascension upgrades without changing my diet or exercise program or anything like that. And I know a lot of it's fluid. There's definitely some fat around the belly area as well, but a lot of it's fluid. And there's many of you who are, starseeds or earth angels and so on and so forth, having similar issues of weight gain without changing anything that you're eating or exercising and sleeping and all that. And definitely I could, gain 1 to 3 pounds with Ascension events. So I was thinking to myself, well, I don't see Jenny getting fat, So I'm saying to Source, is she more grounded than I am? And I get, yes. Well, it's this one way that I didn't know about. So it took me probably 10 minutes to figure it out. But get this. Okay, this is what I'm getting. Now, so you guys can check it out, see if it resonates with you. But I keep getting the same answer over and over again. Now that I'm double checking and triple checking, but I am getting that it would be highly beneficial for us to ground to the 7th plane. Okay, what's the 7th plane? It's not an airplane, that kind of airplane. 7th plane. So if you read the Theta Healing books by Vianna Stibel, I've interviewed her previously on the show. The 7th plane, for lack of a better description, is kind of like where Source resides. Okay, so in other words, I was connecting to Source a certain way. And the way I was connecting to Source was reliable, but required my physical body to buffer some of this energy, this exchange or whatever, that Source is big energy, right? So I needed the extra fat and the extra fluid on board in order to buffer that connection to Source. However, when grounding to the 7th plane, and I kept getting Source kept saying, you need that fat, you need that extra fluid. I'm like, really? Seriously? I kept getting, it's for your highest, greatest good, it's safer that way, and I kept getting an answer over and over again. So now that I'm intending to ground to the 7th plane, all of a sudden I get a no, you don't need the extra fluid anymore. No, you don't need the extra fat anymore. And I'm like, hallelujah. Now that doesn't mean it's peeling off me just yet, because there are multiple layers of unresolved layers preventing me from consistently grounding to the 7th plane at all times. Now, of course, when I command it, it's there, but when I sleep, it kind of, stops grounding for a little bit. So I've actually put brand new morphic fields to help support us in attaining that grounding in Ascension 2. If it's not for your highest and greatest good, it won't work for you, of course, but if it is for your highest and greatest good, that'll start helping you ground to the 7th plane. You can ask yourself, is it for my highest and greatest good and safe for me to ground to the 7th plane? The universe knows what you mean, even if you don't know what it is. And if you get a yes, you can command that you be grounded and release and heal all other imbalances preventing you from being grounded. There's some positive morphic fields in Ascension 2, which will help you keep that grounding even when you're in your astral state, fun. And then, of course, I have to teach my body now to release the extra fat and fluid that I don't need, right? Now that Source says that's okay and it's safe for me to do that. So that's really, really exciting news. And, if this, I know it's not as simple as I'd like, but if we get that formula, guys, right, for all of us Earth angels and highly sensitive people, how to release this excess fluid and weight we no longer need, and to get back to a slim self and connect consistently with Source, like my dear friend Jenny does, how awesome would that be? And we're talking like, probably be a bazillionaire, right? Learning that formula, how to make people skinny that way. Wouldn't that be awesome? We can hope. Anyway, so that's one piece of the exciting news. The second piece of the exciting news is, actually, what is the other piece? I think I got so excited I forgot. Okay, it'll come back to me. So April 20th on a Thursday, 8 p.m. I got my little notes here. We are going to be doing energy clearing vortices of Source light healing for everyone on the From Heartache to Joy VIP Facebook page. So you do have to pay extra to be part of the VIP group. So just so you know, this is a little treat for those guys. I know many of you are already on that VIP group. We're going to do a half-hour activation, a little explanation of all these healing vortices. Now, these healing vortices are actually already programmed into Ascension 2. However, a lot of people like to have it, manually downloaded to them in the healing. So we will be doing that. So if you are part of that VIP group, just mark that down, 8 p.m. Also, what's really interesting is, what is it? Oh, yes. Speaking of the healing vortices, sorry, my notes are a little scratchy here. I actually found out, well, my intuition told me I should probably have a backup plan for my website, because there's been really odd alien-related things and ET, entity-related things going on. And I hadn't quite got my backup site ready yet, and of course my server went down. So I thought, well, my server can't really go down because it's got the universal shield. So I check in with the server, I say, are you okay? Server says, yep, I'm good. I'm 100% light. no problem. But guess what? When the Universal Shield is on the server, any attack on me, on my server, what happens is the server shuts down to protect itself. Is that cool or what, right, guys? So it shuts down, so I wasn't worried. So I just had to have it rebooted. But I checked in, and yes, it was some sort of alien interference, but not because I was on the Entity's Most Wanted list anymore. These were actually aliens with physical bodies that actually control the internet and actually see some of the stuff that I'm doing, didn't like it. And even though they had entities attached, not anymore, but they could find me. So we're asking the angels to just please have, just conveniently ignore my page. Have you seen Star Wars? These are not the droids you're looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for, right? This is not the healer you're looking for. So they can leave my server alone. Anyway, but my server's fine. Was not infected, and we just healed all the dimensional rifts. And after that, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to put the healing vortex around my server too. So I did that, and you can do that for everything and everyone, assuming that Source gives you permission to do that. Cool, automatically clearing entities, weapons, that kind of thing. So that's the newest upgrade to the Ascension 2s that you all have benefit from. Yay! So even if you don't know how to do the Topolcan healing directives for that, you can go ahead and just ask for, just play Ascension 2 and say, hey, I want that healing vortex thing that Dr. Karen said on my dog, on my cat, on my children, on my building, whatever. So it'll automatically start clearing entities for you. Speaking of also intuition, thank you so much for all those folks that gave me feedback for the beta test for my Divine Muscle Testing and Addictions Be Gone MP3s. Those will be updated for the launch on May 2nd, where I'll be launching my Advanced Healing for Light Warriors program, specifically for people like me, indigos and earth angels and starseeds, hybrids, walk-ins, empaths. That program is for you. And we're going to go step by step to help heal you from foundation upwards. It's going to be really exciting. So thanks again to all the people that gave me wonderful feedback, and it just made me smile just getting that feedback. And what was really cool was people talking about how even if they weren't doing muscle testing, that their intuition started to get better, even if they weren't using their hands or whatever they were for muscle testing. And that is so cool. Probably why my intuition was my website's going to go down. So I'm going to have a backup plan. I didn't have it ahead of time, but it was in the works already before the website went down. I had my septic backup spring, and I thought, well, maybe that's because my body's backed up, so the septic's backing up. But it was the opposite. The septic was backing up, and my body was reflecting some of that instead of the other way around. So I did some healing on that. So just check in. Sometimes things go on in your life, and it's related to something that you're reflecting rather than your stuff, But sometimes it's my stuff. So if the car's out of whack, sometimes it's my stuff, the car's brain is fried, the computer's fried. That means I'm probably overloaded up here. That happened a few years ago. That was so funny. I told that to my mechanic too. I said, my brain is fried. That's why my computer in my car is not working. And he's like, okay, So I want to share with you one of the negative beliefs we are releasing. Very, very important this week. So check this in yourself, is I am separate from God. So this is the belief that wants to heal this week. So if you have, you can go ahead and erase it from all versions of your timeline and then replace it with I am God, or I am with God at all times, or whatever best serves you. Or you can ask God to replace it for you. Again, these beliefs can be replaced with Ascension 1, but this is one we had to be conscious of, so just check that in yourself. We had a wonderful interview with Dr. John Douillard on Monday about eat wheat, and this is perfect because, people are like, oh my God, you said I should stop eating wheat, now you're saying I should eat wheat. I mean, is it better, is it worse, it's so confusing, and I could read all these 20 books, but how would you like to just know that you can actually increase the wonderful frequency and vibe of your food and basically give yourself the energy of those nutrients automatically without necessarily worrying so much about what you should and shouldn't eat? Wouldn't that be awesome? Not to say you should eat crap, but at the same time, if you happen to come across crappy food and that's all you have, why not energize that, right? Why not make that even better? Well, my good friend Kathy Homemeyer is launching her program, Nourishing the Nine-Dimensional Body, Nutritional Energetics. Yes, we are doing nutritional energetics on April 24th. It's actually delayed 1 week. which is very fortuitous. It's perfect timing. So April 24th at 11 a.m. on From Heartache to Joy. So if you're a part of Series 14, you definitely want to check that out. She will be doing many healings as well and telling you the frequencies necessary that you may need to help, boost your energy, sleep better, put, antioxidants in you. How about this? Eat less, but get more nourished with frequencies. Is that cool or what? Yeah, we're going to get to that ET, timeline where we just don't need to eat unless you really want to, because we're going to get all the information energetically. Oh, can't wait. Anyway, so this is perfect if you've been confused about what you should and shouldn't eat. You can't stand, I have to muscle test everything, you know what I mean? Just make sure you're on that call with Kathy and check out her special package. You are not going to be disappointed. I am so, so excited for Kathy to do this. Okay, I think I'm late for my next appointment, so I better get off this. But let's see if I've gotten everything. Oh, yes, heart walls are releasing. It's so awesome. So you can check if you have any heart walls in any timeline. I got to run. Love you all. Have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.